In the latter part of the last century, there lived a man of science, Aylmer, brilliant, ambitious, a seeker of truth hidden deep within nature's secrets. His life had long been consumed by experiments in alchemy, chemistry, and the boundless pursuit of perfection. But one day, he stepped away from his beakers and books. He turned his gaze not toward the stars or the atoms, but toward a woman. Her name was Georgiana. She was beautiful, radiant even, and she loved him deeply. But on her left cheek, just beneath the eye, she bore a small crimson birthmark, shaped like a tiny hand. Most had found it charming. Others called it a fairy's touch. But to Aylmer, it became an obsession. He could not look at her without seeing that mark. No matter how deeply he adored her, the sight of that tiny flaw stirred a growing horror. Perfection, he believed, must not be marred, not even by nature's smallest stain. Georgiana, sensing his dismay, grew self-conscious. She had once smiled at her reflection. Now she wept before it. And Aylmer, blinded by his ideals, dared to propose what no husband should. "Let me remove it." Georgiana hesitated, but in the end, she agreed. She would give herself over to his genius. Not because she feared the mark, but because she feared losing his love. He took her into his laboratory, a vast room filled with strange machinery, colored lights, the smell of ether and metal. Beside him stood Aminadab, his brutish but loyal assistant, a man of earth and muscle, who scoffed at the notion of tampering with beauty. "If she were my wife, I'd never touch that birthmark." But Aylmer would not be swayed. He showed Georgiana wonders, elixirs that changed metals to gold, vapors that summoned visions of the past. Yet none of them could distract from the ultimate experiment, the elixir to remove the mark once and for all. At last, he offered her the potion, a clear, delicate liquid. Georgiana drank without fear. Her trust was absolute. As she drifted into sleep, the birthmark began to fade, softly, slowly, beautifully. Aylmer watched in triumph. "She is perfect now," he whispered. But in the same breath, Georgiana stirred, her skin pale, her voice faint. "My poor Aylmer, now you've aimed so high and done so nobly, but I am dying." The mark was gone, and so was she. Aylmer had won his battle with nature, but lost the very soul he sought to perfect. The final sound in that room was not the cry of victory, but the distant, crude chuckle of Aminadab. For all his simplicity, he knew what the man of science did not. To be human is to be flawed, and to love truly is to accept those flaws. Thus ends the tale of the birthmark, a tragedy not of failure but of overreaching, of a man who dared to mold the divine and in doing so lost it forever.